Topping today's news, a man shot and killed while exiting a bar on Market Street. Bahamas Power and Light's workers say they are being left out of the loop amidst new energy sector reforms. Education looking to improve career paths for teachers, while the minister says some parents and businesses have been a threat to school safety. Bahamas. I'm Jcn Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News. It's a pleasure to have you join us. Just under 24 hours after a 19-year-old man was shot and killed while walking on Pinedale Road on Monday, a 37-year-old man has become the country's latest homicide victim, and a 24-year-old man is in hospital after being shot near a bar on the corner of Market Street and Bahama Avenue on Monday night. Early into their investigations, Chief Superintendent of Police, Press Liaison Officer, Chief Superintendent Kristen Skippings shares the following details.
Tonight we are investigating a shooting incident that has left one man dead and a second male in hospital. The incident reportedly occurred sometime before 10 p.m. this evening. Information received is that the victim, a 37-year-old male of Bahama Avenue, was exiting a business establishment along with a family member when they were approached by a heavily tinted Nissan vehicle. It is reported that one male exited the vehicle armed with a high-powered weapon, opened fire on the victim, shooting him multiple times. A second male who was in the immediate area was also shot. He was taken to hospital by EMS, where present his condition is unknown.
The police are asking anyone with information about this shooting to contact them at 911, 919 or the Criminal Investigations Department at 502-9991 or 502-9992. Or you can remain anonymous and you can call Crime Stoppers in Miami at 328-TIPS, 328-8477. With the number of murders surpassing 50 already for the year, now at 54, police are seeking the public's help in tracking down 4 men for questioning in relation to recent murders. They believe if they capture these men, they would prevent future criminal activities. The first is this man, 33-year-old Rashad Paul, alias Eyes. His last known address is Wiley Close off Market Street, that's in the Coconut Grove community. Paul is of medium build and of dark complexion. The second individual wanted for questioning in relation to murder is 25-year-old Jordan Stubbs, pictured here. Stubbs' last known address is Curtis Close, that's in the Fox Hill community. He is of slim build and dark brown complexion. Criminal investigators are also trying to track down 27-year-old Twano Leroy Mizik, whose last known address is McKinney Avenue. Mizik is of medium build and has a medium brown complexion. And police are also looking for 23-year-old Owen Williams of Foxdale, that's in the Fox Hill community, for questioning in relation to murder. He is of dark brown complexion and slim build. If you know the whereabouts of any of these men, you are asked to contact the police immediately at 919-911, or you can call CID at 502-9991 or 2. Again, you can remain anonymous and you can call Crime Stoppers in Miami at 328-TIPS, 328-8477. Again, the police are reminding the general public that harboring or helping a wanted individual evade police is a crime that can land you in prison. Prime Minister Philip Davis has revealed the government's 5-point plan for major reforms to the country's energy sector focused around Bahamas Power and Light. However, while Energy Minister Jobeth Kobe Davis noted that the government consulted Bahamas Power and Light workers on the new reforms and promising no layoffs and to honor existing industrial agreements, Bahamas Electrical Workers Union President Kyle Wilson on Monday, while at the office of the Prime Minister for the announcement, is questioning the promise of job security as the end of their existing industrial agreement draws near.
Maybe in the immediate, there may not be, but what is the long-term goal? And that's what I want to find out. So yes, we have a current industrial agreement that ends in 2026, but what happens after that? And in terms of training, in terms of things you want to do, live line work and these things that are not part of our industrial agreement, how would they be incorporated? And so I still have a lot of questions. The membership has tons of questions, and they're putting it all on my back, and they're looking for me to deliver. And I'm asking them, before we have to get to a point of contention, before I have to run up and down the street and embarrass my country and embarrass my government just to get simple questions answered, I'm saying sit with me, sit with us.
Mr. Wilson says the union has not spoken to the government about the energy reforms in months, telling reporters that the government's recent consultations were primarily with BPL's managerial union.
I'm hearing of training from the minister and changes that are happening, but nothing direct. So like I said, it's hard to speak for people that you've never spoken to, and we have nothing in absolute black and white. What I understand is the senior union leadership under Mr. Chris Hanna would have probably been meeting with the government. We would have been supposed to be holding hands, but I understand that they would have gone on and have meetings. So I would say you probably want to speak with the senior union to find out why they would have been meeting with them in the absence of me, who carried a strong majority in BPL. So that behooves me. They've even been in the House Assembly probably purporting to be in agreement. And so when we'd have had a position together, it sort of strikes me that they would be working with one union and not the next.
Mr. Wilson says he understands the necessity of the reforms and the government's move towards renewable energy, but says workers remain uncertain as to how the new policies will affect them in the long term. And finally, in this segment, during her contribution to the budget debate, the Minister of Education, Glenys Hannah Martin, spoke about the importance of school resource officers and the fact that safety on school campuses has improved with a decrease in fights, stabbings, and assaults. However, she shared some disturbing trends that are happening when it comes to school safety. And surprisingly, in some cases, it has been unsocialized parents and guardians causing trouble on school campuses.
And I've been advised by the SRO unit that one of the concerning trends in school safety that we have noted during this academic year is the issue of parents or guardians coming on school campuses to challenge school staffers regarding their child's behavior or grades. We've seen this. Yep, we've seen this. In several of these cases, SROs had to place parents under arrest for a variety of offenses, including threats of death, disorderly behavior, obscene language, and assault on the school campus. This precious space I talked about where we're trying to make sense for these children. Those parents were subsequently placed before the courts, as it should be known that the police will maintain a zero, and the ministry, tolerance approach for this threat to school safety.
The education minister revealed that some private schools have also relied on the School Resource Officers program. Meanwhile, she also spoke of another concerning trend that has been identified among mainly junior and senior high school students. She is also sending a stern warning to guilty business owners contributing to this trend.
Another concerning trend we are addressing is the issue of students milling around business establishments near their school, especially barbershops. But I see it everywhere, the lunch thing. I stop all the time. I tell them, get to school. But in some of these cases, barbers in particular, and I hate to single them out, but they've been identified as major culprits, have been found to be giving haircuts to students during regular school hours. Wow. SROs have warned these business owners and advised them that they are in breach of the Education Act, which could potentially constitute grounds for their business license to be revoked. So I wish to admonish all business owners not to provide any products or services to school students during school hours. You know what you're doing. And support us in our efforts to ensure that our nation's youth obtain their education.
The education minister is encouraging all parents and community stakeholders of school-aged children to work with the Ministry of Education in developing the next generation of the nation's leaders. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.